You emerge into the world from your mother's protective body, thrust into the early morning sunlight that warms the lush, verdant plains. The air is thick with the earthy smell of damp foliage, and the ground beneath your feet is still soft from the night's dew. Your mother, a towering Triceratops, stands by you briefly before lumbering off to find food. Not a second glance spared. You stumble forward, disoriented by the new world around you. At the moment, you're barely the size of a large dog, but your sturdy legs and massive frill already mark you as something special. Around you, the world is teeming with life. Raptors, large predatory theropods, and even massive predators like tyrannosaurs and allosaurus lurk. But you don't know fear yet. Your instincts drive you to keep moving, to find your place in the herd. The others, your siblings, cousins, and distant relatives, scatter in all directions, already instinctively knowing how to find safety in numbers. The herd is your shield, and you stick close to them. You're an herbivore, but for now, food isn't the biggest concern. Right now, survival is about learning your place in the world and growing strong. As you navigate through the tall ferns, you catch your first taste of the plants that will sustain you. You chew slowly, your powerful jaws working on the tough, fibrous leaves. It feels good to eat, to feel your body filling with the energy it needs to grow. The taste of the ferns is surprisingly sweet, and it's not long before you've figured out which plants are the best for keeping you full and healthy. Your eyes wander to the horizon where a small herd of grazing sauropods move slowly through the plains. They're massive, but not a threat to you. You can hear the occasional distant roar of the predators, but you're safe, for now. Your senses are sharp enough to pick up on the sounds of rustling bushes, the chirps of small dinosaurs, and the occasional growl of something larger, but you know that as long as you stick close to the herd, you have protection. In the next few days, your legs grow stronger and you start to explore more. You keep close to the herd for protection, but you start learning about the dangers that lurk nearby. The mighty Tyrannosaurus Rex is the most terrifying creature around. You know it's out there hunting, waiting for its moment. You might be small now, but you know that by sticking with the herd and staying vigilant, you'll have a better chance of surviving. The larger dinosaurs in your herd, like your mother, show you how to navigate the world, how to find shelter when storms roll in, and how to graze efficiently. For now, you focus on staying out of the way of the bigger, stronger dinosaurs. The herd itself is like a moving fortress. There's safety in numbers. You're just one of many, but you've learned that your individual place within this structure is important. Your presence may be small now, but you know you'll grow. In time, you'll become part of the defensive wall that shields the herd from the threats lurking in the shadows. You start growing rapidly. Your body thickens, and you feel the weight of your frill begin to take shape, the bone plates beneath your skin strengthening. Your neck lengthens, and your horns begin to show their shape, though they're still small, almost like tiny nubs. But every day you're a little bit bigger, a little bit stronger, and you start feeling the first stirrings of independence. One morning, as the sun rises over the distant mountains, a predator appears at the edge of the herd. A pack of raptors moves in with frightening precision, their eyes trained on the weaker members of the group. Your heart races as you keep close to your mother, the massive horns of your family members forming a protective circle. The raptors try to close in, but the herd stays tight, and with a coordinated charge from your mother and the others, the raptors retreat. It's your first taste of the power of the herd, and it's exhilarating. You feel a deep primal thrill at seeing the raptors retreat. It's a moment of triumph, but you know better than to become overconfident. The world around you is still full of dangers, and you must remain vigilant. As the months pass, you're no longer the small, fragile creature you once were. Your frill is now fully developed, and your horns, though still not as large as your mother's, are formidable. You begin to wander away from the herd more often, testing your limits, finding your own food, and learning to navigate the complex world of your territory. The plains stretch endlessly before you, filled with ferns and low shrubs, and you begin to understand that food is abundant, but predators are never far. One day, while grazing near a patch of ferns, you feel a sudden, menacing presence. You turn and see a shadow approaching in the distance, an enormous predator, its jaws gaping wide. It's a Tyrannosaurus, unmistakable with its massive size and sharp, jagged teeth. Panic surges through you, but the reflexes you've developed kick in. You run as fast as you can, your powerful legs pounding the earth, your heart thundering in your chest. You can hear the T-Rex closing in, its footsteps thundering behind you, but you know you have to reach the herd to get back to safety. Just as the T-Rex lunges, your mother appears out of nowhere, charging toward the predator with a terrifying roar. The battle is brief, but intense. The T-Rex hesitates, and in that moment, the herd rallies together, forming a protective wall around you. The predator retreats, unwilling to risk a confrontation with such a well-defended target. You've just survived your first serious threat, and it's a victory you won't forget. But the danger is always there. You know that every day is a battle for survival. The herbivores of the plains, like you, may be strong, but they're not invincible. You learn to always stay alert, to never wander too far from the protection of the herd. As time passes, you grow even larger, and your strength continues to increase. Your horns are now formidable, and your frill, once a vulnerable part of your body, is now a powerful weapon in its own right. You are not a juvenile anymore. You are approaching adulthood, and your place in the herd is solidified. You're no longer just a member of the herd. You're a protector, a vital force in keeping the group safe. You've learned the importance of strategy in survival. You understand that it's not enough to be strong, you need to be smart as well. During the dry season, food becomes more scarce, and the competition for resources intensifies. You've learned to fight, to defend your food, and to protect the vulnerable members of the herd. But now, a new challenge arises. Another herd of Triceratops has moved into your territory, and the tension between the groups builds. The fight for territory, for food, and for dominance becomes inevitable. The rival herd challenges yours, and what follows is a brutal battle for control. You charge into the fray, your horns lowered and your frill extended. You clash with another male, horns locking in a struggle for supremacy. The fight is intense, but your experience, your growing strength, and your understanding of the herd dynamics give you an advantage. You emerge victorious, and your herd claims the territory as its own. You've proven yourself as a leader, and your place in the herd is unquestioned. In the years that follow, you become a seasoned fighter, respected by others in the herd for your strength, wisdom, and leadership. Your body is massive now, built for survival. Your frill is like an impenetrable shield, your horns like powerful weapons. You've become a true force of nature. The younger members of the herd look up to you, and the older members rely on you for guidance. You've earned your place at the top of the herd's social structure. As mating season approaches, the air is thick with the scent of potential mates. You've earned your place among the strongest, and it's your time to pass on your genes. The courtship rituals are slow but deliberate. You lock eyes with a female, and the two of you engage in a dance of sorts, circling each other, sizing one another up. The battle for dominance during courtship is fierce, but your experience, your size, and your power give you the upper hand. Eventually, the female accepts you, and the two of you mate, ensuring that your legacy will continue. Months later, a new generation is born, and though you will never see your offspring, you know that your genes live on. The cycle continues. The jungle is constantly changing, and predators and prey are always in flux. But you've earned your place at the top of the food chain, and your legacy lives on in the young that will grow to be as strong as you. As you grow older, your pace slows. Your once mighty legs feel stiff, and your frill is a little less sharp than it once was. The days of charging into battle are fewer now. But you've lived a full life. The herd still respects you, and though you may not hunt or fight as much, your presence is a symbol of the strength and leadership that has kept the herd safe for so long. One day, when the time comes, the jungle will take you back. But for now, you rest, content in the knowledge that you've done your part to shape the world around you.